Slavic, and I'm the CEO of Demisto, and I'm going to show you a quick demo of Demisto integration with Slack. So let's start first with setting up Slack inside Demisto. The first thing you do is configure Slack instance inside Demisto and specify the various tokens to allow Demisto to communicate with your Slack team. Setting up the tokens can be done via a website to generate those tokens, and the website looks something like that. You just add to Slack, choose the team, authenticate, and take the relevant tokens from here. Once the integration is set up, you can start asking the Demisto integration on Slack questions about your incidents, of course, if you're a user of Demisto. So you can write help, which will give you a list of options. You can say, okay, list incidents, and it gives you the list of all open incidents, including deep links into them. Then you can do show only list of my incidents, which will show you the list that you are the owner of. You can of course list tasks, which I'm not sure I have any. And as a user who is not necessarily a Demisto user, you can also create new incidents. So you can say new incident, and then my computer is acting up, which will generate a new incident and provide all the details regarding who is the user, what happened, where did it come from, and so on. So those are the things you can do via Slack directly to work with the Demisto instance. The other thing you can do is, if you have an investigation, you can mirror it to Slack directly, allowing the option of users interacting either with Slack or with Demisto. So for example, you can say, okay, Slack mirror of the investigation. You can either mirror only chat or also allow commands to be mirrored. We'll allow commands to be mirrored as well. This creates a new private channel on Slack and invites to the channel anyone who was part of the investigation. And now you can see this new channel being created. Now, if you write stuff here, it will be automatically reflected in the investigation and vice versa. So this is reflected here. But not only that, you can also run commands in Slack, which will be translated or reflected in the channel. So for example, you have a command, let's say, to get URL reputation of a particular URL, and you can actually run this command here, URL reputation, URL equals, let's say, www.google.com, and this will run the command, go to your threat intelligence feeds, and show you the information about it, both here and here. The other thing you can do inside Slack is start asking users questions. So for example, you can have a playbook that handles failed logins with Slack. And so the first thing you want to do if you have multiple attempts of failed logins is ask the user, hey, did you really do that? And if the user responds no, you can elevate the level of the incident to high. If the user responds yes, since there were multiple attempts, you can basically ask, hey, do you want us to reset your password? And if yes, reset the password and notify the user. If not, then it's all fine and just close the incident. And so what I'm going to do right now is generate those multiple failed login attempts and see how we handle this investigation. that. So this generates the failed login event. You can see the event coming into the incidents. And let's see what happens here. So you see the question was posted to the user. You see a question, hey, we noticed you had multiple failed login attempts. Please reply yes or no if you did it or not. I will reply yes. And thank you. And then immediately the following question is, hey, do we want to, or do you want us to reset your password? And right now I do not want to reset the password, so I will answer no. And you will notice that the investigation in the background is actually going to close because this is done.